going on, guys? It's JMESIX, and I just wanted to jump on here to make a video for you guys about staying organized as a music producer in 2026, because we all know as a music producer you're wearing many hats. You are production, you are media and marketing, you are accounting, you are everything, and staying organized is the most important thing that you need to nail down if you want to have a successful career. So I got 5 tips for you guys. Let's jump right into it. Tip number 1, you want to make sure everything is labeled and findable. This is super important. The way that I do that is I've actually got an extended drive, 2 terabytes, and I put all of my music in there. Everything that I make, whether it's artist projects, production, everything goes in there. So it's my passport music folder. I've got artist work, beats, images for like the emails that I send out, producer work, project samples, testimonies. I've got everything organized. So if an artist that I work with says, hey, can I get these files? I already know where everything is. So coming in at number 4, this is gonna be, it ties in with number 1, is outside of having your music saved on an extended drive, you also want it backed up on the cloud. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you guys were to look over here again, you can see all these have that little green image there. That little green image, that little green checkbox here is actually indicating that it's uploaded to the drive. So I have it tied to Google Drive, and if you guys want a video for how to do that kind of stuff, I don't have any problem doing that. Just let me know in the comments below and I'll drop a video on that. But my stuff gets transferred straight to the extended drive because I've had one of these fail on me. In fact, this is not the one that is plugged in, as you guys can tell. This is one that's failed on me, right? And if all of my music was tied into this one drive and it died, I'm fucked, you know? So you always want to have it saved in 2 places. Coming in at number 3, and this is super important, and it is scheduling. Scheduling is a key component of my business, because like I said, as a producer, you're wearing many hats, you are everything under the sun, and because of that, it's easy for different parts of your business to suffer. Like if you're going super hard on sending emails and sending DMs, you might not be producing and actually cooking up as much as you should be, right? If you gotta edit videos, you might not be sending those DMs, right? So making sure you have everything structured in a way that's actually helpful for you is super important. So right here is my Google Calendar, and it's looking a little bit crazy right now, but if we just look at it for the week. Let me get my face out of the way so you guys can actually see this easier. I know on Sundays I'm editing videos usually, and I'm writing emails for the week. I do 2 hours on Monday mornings, do some sales and outreach, so that's some cold outreach, general cold DMing stuff. And then I know over here I'm doing some production planning. Over here I'm just producing beats, so I go through my production planner, which I'll get to in a second, and I see what beats need to be produced. And then on Tuesdays I'm just writing the scripts for these videos that you guys are seeing right here, and it just alternates back and forth. Got some guitar practice, so this is just my calendar for music, and it's set up in a way that allows every aspect of the business to get hit, because I know I'm doing sales, that part's getting hit. I know I'm making beats, I've got space to edit my videos, I've got space to film my videos, and I've got space to write the scripts for these videos. So each component of the business is getting hit in a way that I know that nothing is suffering, because I stay on top of the organization. So having a calendar like this, it doesn't have to be Google Calendar, but something like this where you know what to do, when to do it, and at what time, super helpful if you want to run a successful business. Coming in at number 2, and this is something I struggle deeply with, and it ties into number 3, and it's despite having my schedule, and I knew that, okay, it's time to edit videos, it's time to do some sales and outreach, it's time to film videos, produce. Looking at my calendar right here, it doesn't tell you what has to be done. It's just broad. Edit videos. What videos? Sales and outreach. Who am I reaching out to? Production planning. What am I producing? You know what I mean? So I'm someone who really needs to know exactly what to do. So I have a program here called ClickUp. So this is software that I use called ClickUp. I'm not sponsored by ClickUp at all. Like, I just use them. Don't mind the due dates. But I know when I say I'm on film day, I look here on the tab, I see exactly what needs to be filmed. As you know, this is what we're filming. This is literally the video you're watching. These are some upcoming videos that I've got to do. So I know exactly what to do. So how this ties into my calendar is super simple. I know on the editing video days, I just simply pull up my ClickUp and I know, okay, these are the videos that need to be edited. And I just go in and I bang it out piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. I know what needs to be edited. Whenever I'm doing my media and marketing scripts, I know everything that's in planning, is missing scripts. Everything that's in planning is currently missing a script, so I'm just gonna go in and script and script and script and script and script. You know, and then these to-dos, they eventually get put into planning, and then they get put into filming, and then they get put into editing, and then they eventually get put into being done, and I'll go ahead and upload it. For the production planner, it's the same thing. I've got another space here where I go to, oops, I don't want to leak anybody's information here. So I just go into production planner, music production, and it'll tell me, I know exactly the tasks and the beats and the projects that I'm working on. And I just go, okay, today, 12 to 2 p.m., we're doing production. Boom, I pull up the planner. I know this, and this is getting hit, and that's it. I don't need to worry about what to do, because that was a big issue for me. I would sit down waiting, trying to figure out what the next step is. What am I going to do now? And even though I know the general idea, yeah, we're going to be producing, but what are we producing? What are we making? What are we editing? So that was super, super important for me. So the number one best way to stay organized as a music producer is going to be to stay on top of things. And I know that sounds redundant. It's like we're talking about all of these tips, and it's like, what do you mean staying on top of things? But it's really, really important, because if you aren't doing the work, it doesn't matter. You can have all these calendars and all of these things and all these setup and all the ClickUp and all of this stuff, but it doesn't matter if the work isn't getting done, right? So you need to be continuously editing. So if I miss something and I miss a day, you can drag it over, you put it on another day, and you need to just stay on top of editing and making sure that your calendar is up to date and accurate, so that you can live out of this. You want to be able to live out of your calendar. And I know that sounds so like, oh, over the top, what am I doing? But it's super important, because when you know what to do and you know when to do it, things go smoothly. You're trying to make a living, right? Nobody says making beats and being a producer is going to be easy. So you want to make it as easy as possible for yourself. And that unfair advantage that you're giving yourself is staying organized. You're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to figure out what the next step is. You know what to do, and you're continuously editing it, continuously adding to it, continuously living out of it. I'm telling you, you are going to see strides in your success. You're going to become so much more successful than the average producer who's just willy-nilly making whatever, willy-nilly doing whatever. Oh, maybe this week I'll reach out to 40 people, and then the next day they drop off and they stop doing it. You know, you want to be able to stick to it and continue using it. Being organized is 10% organization and 90% choosing to be organized, which means you have to wake up and say, I'm going to hit these things on my calendar. These things that I'm seeing right here are not optional, unless obviously life happens. It happens, you know, family, you know, relationships, health, these things can get in the way, but these need to be law. Like when you are looking at your calendar, this is law. Every day at 8 a.m. I'm hitting this. Every day at 12 p.m. I'm hitting that. Every Sunday, I'm editing my videos. I'm giving myself 8 hours to edit, 8 hours to film. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be on top of this thing. I can go into more how I set up my calendar in another video, but yeah.